Good morning, Conversational Chaos fans. This is the Rage Monster, and Jason in the studio, back with another edition of Conversational Chaos, the intelligent ramblings between Jason and the Rage Monster. How are you this morning, Jason?
Good.
Good?
Good. It's like summer.
All amped up for the show?
I'm excited.
I can tell.
We have a great topic today.
I've only gotten literally a 2-second preview of what the topic's going to be, so I don't even know what this is. Again, we've said this before, total blank slate. So, go.
Well, in my preparation, I was able to make a spreadsheet for this one. And you know how much I love spreadsheets.
I do know how much you love spreadsheets, yeah.
If there's a spreadsheet involved, it's going to be a good time.
All right, so what's the spreadsheet about?
So I was listening to another podcast. So I kind of feel bad about this one, but not bad enough to not do it. They had touched on a topic, and I'm just going to straight steal what their topic was.
Do you want to say what the podcast is?
No.
Okay.
Not that anybody listens to this one for listen to that one, but we'll just keep it separate for now. But it was such a good topic that it applies to a lot of stuff that you and I have done in the past. So I wanted to grab it. All right. So anyways, just to dive right in. So there's this article. I'm trying to find it. It's called the General Knowledge Norms, where this researcher group wanted to test people to see how smart they were. So they came up with a test, various questions, and asked, like a study group or whatever, sample size. They did it in 1980, and they updated them again in, I think, 2012. So I have the list of 300 questions or so, and I thought we would step through some of them.
Oh, God, we're not doing all 300, are we?
No, not 300. But it seems like along the lines of when we would run those quizzes around the office with, can you name all the states? How many countries can you name? And how much do people know?
Oh, it's true. Yeah.
I looked at the first couple just because I made a spreadsheet that has the question and then it has the answer, but now I've made it so it's blacked out the answer until you hit a button in the cell and it turns it back on. So that way we can look at it without cheating. Although I did see a couple of them when I was making the spreadsheet, just how it goes.
Okay.
But in 2012, it's funny, some of the answers changed. And it also gives you like the most common error on the
most common answer that's wrong?
That's wrong.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
So that would be fun.
This is not going to be good.
It starts out easy.
Okay.
So like the first one is.
Okay, first one.
What is the name of a horse-like animal with black and white stripes?
A zebra.
You got it right.
I would hope so.
So that's the first one. So we'll do a couple of the easy ones, and then we'll go to the harder ones. I think there actually is 300.
This will be a lot of fun. I'm one of those general knowledge people, so I'll probably know several of them, but I probably won't know. I'll probably know 60%.
All right, let's see.
Okay.
I'm going to ask the question. Think about the answer first.
Okay.
So that way I can think about it too.
Okay.
Don't just blurt out the answer because I know you get excited.
Okay.
What is the name of the long sleep some animals go through during the entire winter?
Hibernation.
Hibernation. You got it. All right, let's do number 3. What is the name of the rubber object that is hit back and forth by hockey players? Just yell that one out.
Puck.
A puck. All right, another one. What is the name of the remains of plants and animals that are found in stone?
Fossils.
Got it. All right, so this was, which precious gem is red?
Ruby.
What is the name of the severe headache that returns periodically and is often accompanied by nausea?
Migraine.
Yes. So far, these aren't too bad.
No. When are you going to get to the hard ones?
What is the last name of the author who wrote Romeo and Juliet?
Shakespeare.
What is the name of a dried grape?
Prune. Raisin.
You missed one. And
Prune is the plum.
Prune is the number one common error on that one.
Oh, really?
Yes. So we made it to question 9.
Dang it.
What is the name of the comic strip character who eats spinach to increase his strength?
Popeye.
That one's actually probably harder now, I think, because it's hard to find.
Yeah, most kids won't know that one.
They have it on like Netflix or something now.
Oh, really? Like the old school Popeye cartoon?
Yeah, but it's like someone just dug it out of their closet because all the colors are not there. Like,
really?
Yeah, it's really faded and it's hard to see the characters and stuff.
Oh, that's weird.
But my son loves it. He's like, this is great.
My daughters have discovered the joys of Tom and Jerry and Looney Tunes.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. For some reason at our gym, they have they still have VCR. And they have a bunch of these old VHS tapes that have like Tom and Jerry, Looney Tunes stuff that we would have seen as cartoons as a kid. They were even older cartoons, stuff from like the 70s or even the 60s in some cases.
Yeah.
And they love it. They think it's great. And it's like, I would rather they watch that stuff than a lot of the cartoons that they show for quote unquote kids today,
Yeah.
Although there are some really funny kids cartoons.
There are some good
today.
ones, but there are some.
Yeah.
Have you watched any of them while you were there? I'm curious if they're the original cuts or the cuts that came out in like the late 90s that cut out all of the like splats and the death.
No, they're the original ones.
They're the original ones.
Yeah, because actually last night I had them at the gym. We were taking a class and I came out and they were watching, it was Looney Tunes and it was a segment of Speedy Gonzales and Sylvester.
Yeah.
And of course they had all the splats and all the stuff in there. It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I sat there and watched for a minute or two.
So we'll jump ahead by 10. What is the last name of the brothers who flew the first airplane at Kitty Hawk?
Right.
Got it. All right. What is the name for a medical doctor who specializes in cutting the body?
Surgeon.
What is the last name of the first person to set foot on the moon?
Armstrong.
Got it. They're getting a little harder. What is the capital of France?
Paris.
What is the name of the crime in which a building or property is purposely set on fire?
Arson. Raise the roof. Get it? Raise the roof.
Raise what? Raise doesn't have anything to do with fire.
Raise means to destroy. It's like a word for...
It's not having anything to do with arson.
What happens when you set a building on fire? It gets destroyed.
Anyways, what is the name of the short pleated skirt worn by men in Scotland?
Kilt.
I will do one more before we jump ahead. What is the name of an inability to sleep?
Insomnia.
Yes. All right. Jump ahead now. What is the last name of the baseball player who had the most home runs in a single season prior to 1961?
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth. I missed that one. When
Really?
was Hank Aaron? He must have been after 1961. He was
Hammer
probably
and Hank.
1962.
Hammer and egg.
Yeah. All right. So we're even here. Because you missed Prune.
That was so stupid too. I knew the answer to that.
What is the name of a young sheep?
A lamb?
Lamb. Calf is the number one incorrect answer.
That's a young cow. I grew up in farm country.
Oh.
So I should hopefully know the answer to that.
Farm country. What is the largest planet in our solar system?
Jupiter.
Jupiter. The sun is the number one incorrect answer.
Who answers the sun?
Only 55% of people get that correct.
That's really sad, actually.
It is. I forgot. There's also the percentage that people get right. So like the zebra question, 93% of people get that right. All right. What is the name of the navigation instrument used at sea to plot position relative to magnetic North Pole?
Compass?
Compass. See, if they didn't say magnetic, then it could have been something else. Didn't catch that part. All right. What is the term in golf referring to a score of 1 under par on a particular hole?
Birdie.
That's correct. So these are sports-centered ones. They could be tricky.
I do want to point out that this has nothing to do with how smart someone is. It's the broadness of your useless information. Because if you don't care at all about sports, you would never get any of these sports questions right, because you may never have listened or watched or paid attention. You might not know anybody that does any of that stuff. I mean, for a straight up academic, you're not going to know any of the sports questions.
I don't know. You might know what a birdie and who Babe Ruth is. Most people know who Babe Ruth is.
Yeah, but Babe Ruth started out his career as a pitcher.
Well, fewer people know that.
See? That's what I mean.
But it didn't ask that question.
Okay, whatever. We'll move on to the next.
He even has a candy bar.
He does.
Baby
Is
that
Ruth.
even named after him?
Yeah.
Is it? Is there a Big Ruth? Since it's the Baby Ruth, is there a...
I don't think so.
Okay.
A Big Ruth bar?
Big Ruth bar. We're just the Ruth.
Yeah, it's just a Ruth. Can I get a Ruth bar?
All right. Which game uses a rubber ball and little metal pieces? Don't answer that one yet. Oh, I think I know that one.
Jacks.
Yeah. I was thinking of sports. Oh, here's your question. What is the name of a dried plum?
A raisin? No, wait. It's totally a prune.
And the number one incorrect answer is
Raisin. Of course.
In which sport does a rider on horseback hit a ball with a mallet?
Polo.
Yes. All right, so we'll jump ahead. All right, so this is question like 53. What is the last name of the man who rode horseback in 1775 to warn that the British were coming? I've forgotten now.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I'm basically from New England, so I should know the answer.
I mean, I went to his house.
Want me to tell you?
Yes.
Revere.
Yeah. Paul Revere.
That's sad that only 44% of people got that
Well, I couldn't
question
remember
right.
it.
Yeah, but it's part of American history.
On the end of my... There's a lot of weird stuff
On the
about
end
that
of your
sort.
tongue? Is that
Yeah.
what you were going to say?
Yeah.
You don't say the tip of your tongue? You said the end?
It's the same place.
Okay.
Who was the Egyptian queen who joined forces with Mark Antony of Rome?
Cleopatra.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot that one too. I'm down now. It's not going well for me this batch. All right. What is the last name of the man who assassinated Abraham Lincoln?
Booth.
Booth.
Ironically shot him in a booth.
Yeah. That's too bad.
Yeah. Have you ever gone to Ford's Theater and listened to the presentation?
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you anything about it.
It is awesome. I've actually sat through that presentation at least 3 times.
Yeah?
And I would totally go back and listen to it again. I love
Really?
it. Yeah.
What's
absolutely
special?
love
Well,
it.
you like death, though.
No, it's the history portion of it. I mean, they literally discuss the entire series of events leading up to the assassination itself, and then the aftermath. And it's just a really interesting story, and just the way that they go about presenting it, it's just really, really neat. And for anybody who doesn't know, the Ford's Theater is free to get into. They make you get a ticket, but it's just so they can control the number of people that are in the theater.
Oh.
But the tickets are free. So you go to the ticket booth, they give you a time to come back, and you go and you'll sit through. And it's not short. I want to say it's about maybe 35, 40-minute presentation.
No, that's not too bad.
No. And then you get to go down to the basement of Ford's Theater where they have all of Lincoln's artifacts, like his clothes that he was wearing that night with blood stains and all that kind of stuff. But you can also, it gives you access to the boarding house across the street where Lincoln actually died.
Oh.
So it's really, really neat. So if you've never done it, Chaos fans, you totally should, because it's free to do. I mean, it's something that if you're at all interested in American history, you really should do.
Yeah, I was walking by it the other day, actually, and couldn't believe how long the line was. But
yeah, it can get crazy.
It was
sometimes.
in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So. But I guess if it's a short tour, and they probably send a good chunk through. It looked like a lot of schools, though, had just dumped out there. Yeah. There's a wax museum right next to it, too.
I don't like wax museums. They're totally creepy.
I was walking by, and there was Tom Cruise staring at me.
Well, the thing that I find really creepy about wax museums, I don't know how many wakes you've ever been to, like open casket wakes.
Yeah, enough.
Sometimes people look waxy. They get that waxy sheen to them.
Yeah.
And when I see a wax museum, it's like, these are just posed corpses. It's really what I think. And it's like, it's just creepy. I don't like going to wax museums. I have never taken my kids to one, and I probably never will, because they kind of weird me out.
Every once in a while you stumble across one in a museum or something. Yeah. That's enough for me.
Yeah. You know what? An unlifelike mannequin, just as good.
Yeah. I guess they carve those by hand, don't they?
I honestly don't know.
I guess that's why they would be made of wax. Like, why don't they just make a plastic person mold and just...
I would assume, they're made by hand, probably.
Yeah.
All right, on. Okay. Moving on.
What is the last name of the man who showed that lightning is electric?
Franklin.
Got it. All these questions have the last name at the beginning, so they're throwing me off. What is the last name of the famous magician and escape artist who died of appendicitis? Go ahead.
Houdini.
Did he die of appendicitis?
Technically, yes.
Is it because somebody punched him, though?
He had appendicitis. I think that's what caused his appendix to rupture, which gave him sepsis, which killed him.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear the appendicitis part before.
Yeah.
Oh, the number one incorrect answer for the lightning question is Edison.
Edison.
What is the name of deer meat?
Venison.
Venison. Jerky is the incorrect answer.
Jerky. That's pretty funny.
I don't think I know this one. What is the name of the large hairy spider that lives near bananas? You know this?
That lives near bananas?
Yes.
A large hairy spider.
I might know the answer, but
I would say tarantula
That's what
is
I'd
a large
say,
hairy
too.
spider, but it could be banana spider because there is such
or
a
is
thing
it like
called
a
a
kid's
banana
book
spider.
that I don't know about?
I'm going to say tarantula because that's a large hairy
Tarantula
spider.
is correct.
Yeah.
I was hoping for like Bob the Spider or something.
I mean, because banana spiders are big. They only call them that because of their color. They don't really live near bananas, I guess. I mean, I
Yeah.
guess some cases they do.
I
But I don't think they're hairy.
Spider. Have you seen sand spiders or whatever those are?
Camel spiders.
And maybe that's what they're called.
Those big, like
look like
blonde-looking
crabs?
things. Yeah,
Oh,
they're nasty looking.
yeah.
I've never seen one in person, though.
Good.
No. As much time as I spent in the Middle East, I never saw one.
What is the name of the ocean that is located between Africa and Australia?
The Indian Ocean.
Good. Pacific is an incorrect answer. What is the last name of the singer who recorded Heartbreak Hotel and All Shook Up?
Presley. Thank you very much.
Oh, the last name is Presley. The number one incorrect answer is Elvis. I guess a lot of people just...
It's like Madonna only has one name. It's
Yeah.
Elvis.
42% of people get that correct.
That's kind of sad, too. It's Elvis, man.
Yeah, but some people are really fervent Elvis Presley fans.
When it came to the music from that era, I was
Yeah.
more of a Johnny Cash person. I don't really like Elvis very much.
What's the name of the crime in which a person purposely betrays his country? You can answer.
Yeah, hold on a second. I got. I know the answer to this
I know
question.
because I can't think of it. Either.
No, treason.
Yes.
I was say because I was thinking espionage. Espionage. What do they call that when you're doing it against your own country? It's
Yeah.
treason. That's what it is.
All I could think of was Benedict Arnold. It's the only thing that came to mind.
Well, he was a turncoat. He didn't really commit treason necessarily.
Right. He just made
because
people
he was
angry.
British.
Yeah.
And yes, he fought for the Americans. And then his thought process was, well, the Americans are going to lose, and I don't want to be at the point of the spear. I'd rather be holding it. So
Yeah.
he decided to go back to the British. So
It was almost a smart gamble. I mean, what were the odds?
it was a gamble, yeah, and it was a gamble that he lost.
All right,
Sorry, dude.
One more and then we'll jump. What is
All
the
right.
name of the first artificial satellite put into orbit by Russia in 1957?
Sputnik.
All right, let's jump ahead.
I guess technically you should say Sputnik 1 because they did launch Sputnik 2.
Well, did they know when they launched Sputnik that it was Sputnik 1? Like, did they
No,
have
I think they just called it Sputnik.
and then they just made a second one, couldn't come up with a new name.
Yeah.
Like Voyager 1 and 2. They made
Well,
both of
Sputnik
them.
means does it mean moon in Russian?
I don't
I don't
know.
know. It means something.
My Russian is out of use now.
It means something. Like the word Sputnik meant something like specific. So, all right. Anyway,
Right. No, 10 away is what is the capital of Russia?
it's currently Moscow.
Yes. Let's go. The one above that looked fun. What is the name of the extinct reptile known as terrible lizards?
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
Dinosaurs.
Dang it!
The number one wrong answer is dragon.
Yeah, but only 31% of people get that question right.
So we're at question 74. Let's jump down to the hundreds. Rapid round. Whatever. Lightning round.
Lightning
In
round.
which game are men crowned?
Which game are men
Yes.
crowned? I would say checkers.
That was my guess. Hey, checkers. I didn't know those pieces were called men.
I didn't think they were either. I just called them checkers.
Right.
I didn't know.
I guess they're they're called kings though.
Yeah, you king me.
Right, so I
You
guess you wouldn't queen me. It's
Although you could, because the queen wears a crown too.
yeah, but that's not how the game is called. Guess it's anyways.
Yeah,
so
okay.
moving on.
Moving on. Yeah.
What is the last name of the man who assassinated President John F. Kennedy?
Oswald.
Yes. Booth is the incorrect answer. All right, let's jump ahead again. In which game are the standard pieces of Staunton design?
How do you spell that?
Staunton.
In which game are the standard pieces of Staunton
Design.
designed?
Yeah.
I don't know. Chess.
Chess.
Ah, look at that.
It's getting a little bit tougher now. Oh, this is just for you. What are people who make maps called?
Cartographers.
Yes. Geographer is the incorrect answer. What was the name of the Zeppelin that exploded in Lakehurst, New Jersey in 1937?
Answer?
Go.
Hindenburg.
Hindenburg. Did you know the Zeppelin is named from Lord Zeppelin or Duke Zeppelin? No, I've forgotten. It's a guy.
I thought it was a baron.
Could be.
I think it was
What are
Baron
those?
von Zeppelin.
Yeah, my son just did a report on it. Just someone thought
Really?
someone picked a name, Zeppelin.
No, it's somebody's name.
Yeah.
Those Germans.
What is the palace built in France by King Louis XIV?
Versailles.
Yes. All right, jump ahead.
Or if you're from Kentucky, it's Versailles.
What is the capital of Delaware?
Dover.
Yes. What is the last name of the man who invented the phonograph?
Edison.
Edison. In which type of ski race does the downhill skier make sharp turns around poles?
Slalom.
In which city is Heathrow Airport located?
London.
What is the capital of Jamaica?
I know this. Hold on a second. It's Kingston.
Kingston. Jamaica is the incorrect answer.
Well, the capital of Djibouti is Djibouti, so I guess that makes sense.
Which planet was the last to be discovered?
I can only assume Pluto.
I'm going to guess Neptune. Neptune?
That's actually pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Because Neptune's huge. Pluto's tiny.
I think it's because it's hard to see, though, because it's like a gas giant. It doesn't show up as well. What is the last name of the author who wrote The Murder in the Rue
Morgue.
Yes.
It's Poe.
Wouldn't have gotten that one.
Yeah.
What is the name of the ship on which Charles Darwin made his scientific voyage?
Oh my! I'm gonna kick myself.
I don't think that's the right answer.
No, wait. Give me 5 seconds.
2, 3.
Okay, you don't have to count out loud. That's freaking me out. Shoot, you have to tell me.
Beagle.
Oh, dang it! I knew that one.
Jump ahead.
It's annoying.
In addition to the Kentucky Derby and the Belmont Stakes, what is the horse race that comprises the Triple Crown?
You know, we just talked about this race. I don't know, was it our last episode or the episode before? And it's the Preakness. Preakness Stakes, man.
Yep. What is the last name of the criminal who was killed by an FBI agent outside of a Chicago movie theater?
Dillinger.
Yeah, Capone is incorrect. What is the name of the singer who popularized a dance known as the twist?
Chubby Checker.
Yes, Elvis is incorrect. Over which river is the George Washington Bridge?
That would be over the Hudson River.
Hudson. What is the name of the man who invented dynamite? Do you know this one?
I'm thinking. The guy who invented dynamite. And again, this is a name that I know that you'll tell me. I'm like, oh, go ahead, tell me.
Nobel.
Noble. Yeah.
Noble. Dynamite is incorrect. That would have been my guess.
Yeah. No, it was...
All right, let's jump ahead here.
Yeah, the Peace Prize, dude.
Oh.
Ironically enough.
What is the last name of the actor who played Rhett Butler in Gone with the Wind?
Was that... It was either Errol Flynn...
I don't think it's him.
Or...
I can't think of that name.
I mean, I can see it. I don't remember. I don't remember who it is. Clark Gable. Dang it.
In which country is Angel Falls located?
Angel Falls is in Africa.
Venezuela.
Country.
Africa is not a country.
No, I was working through it. For crying out loud.
Come on, geography, man. What is the capital of Canada?
Ottawa.
What is the last name of the 21st president of the U.S.?
Harding.
Arthur.
Chester A. Arthur. Dang it.
What is the name of the goldfish in the story of Pinocchio?
There's a goldfish in the story of
in the bowl.
Pinocchio. I have no idea.
Cleo.
I didn't even know.
Incorrect answer was my answer, which was Goldie. What is the name of the villainous people who lived underground in H.G. Wells' book, The Time Machine?
This is another one. I know that but I'll never remember it. So go ahead. Morlocks. Yeah.
Let's see. What is the name of the substance derived from a whale that is used to make perfume?
They render the blubber, and they make I can't remember.
Ambergris.
Ambergris.
It's made from blubber is the number one wrong answer. These are getting harder.
Look at the percentages. I mean, the 1% of people were able to answer that.
All right, let's go back. Let's go down a little bit. All right. What is the name of Roy Rogers' horse?
Trigger.
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 That was 239. All right, 240. What was the name of the nuclear submarine that sunk in the Atlantic in 1963?
It was the don't click. Don't click. It was either the Squalus. There was 2 subs that sank. I'm gonna say the Squalus. Thresher. Oh!
Why was that famous?
Because it was a nuclear submarine that sank.
Okay.
Not during wartime. It was going through maneuvers, and they found out kind of in a really bad way that there was a design flaw in the way that they would blow their tanks.
Yeah.
Because obviously the compressed air is cold.
Yeah.
And what it did is that as soon as they would start to blow the tanks, it iced over the valves. So they were not able to surface.
Oh.
And as a result, they actually just kept descending. And they just descended to crush depth, and it just destroyed the submarine. Yeah. So.
That's too bad.
Next.
Right, moving on. What is the name of the man who removed the thorn from the lion's paw in the story from Aesop's Fables?
I don't know.
Androcles.
It's like, I can't even guess.
What is the brightest star in the sky excluding the sun?
Sirius. Dog
Sirius.
Star.
What is the name of the land of giants in Gulliver's Travels?
Honestly, I've never read it or saw the movie, so I don't have any idea.
Rob Dingang. Let's hope that's close enough. What is the last name of the female star of the movie Casablanca?
Gardner?
Bergman. What is the last name of the actor known as the Man of 1,000 Faces?
No idea.
Chaney.
Lon Chaney?
I have no idea. Never heard of him. All right, let's move on a little bit more. What is the name of Germany's largest battleship that was sunk in World War II?
Bismarck.
What is the last name of the judge who is known as the Law of the Picos? Law west of the Picos.
The judge?
Wait a minute. What is the last name of the judge who is known as the Law west of the Picos?
I have no idea.
Bean.
Yeah, look at the percentage of people that got that right.
0.
Nobody
Why would
got
even
that right.
put this question on there? I wonder if any of these have...
No, nobody got Bismarck either. Well, I
Maybe
did.
I could make a test that nobody passes. What's the point of this? Let's see if there's any other ones. What is the last name of the doctor who performed the first successful human heart transplant?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. Bernard.
All right. What is the last name of the man who said, "I only regret that I have but one life to lose for my country"? That seems like I've heard that.
That's a Revolutionary War thing, and it was, it wasn't Ethan Allen. Ethan Allen.
Hale.
Dang it! Nathan Hale. Shoot.
You got close, though. We'll give you almost credit for that. What is the last name of the pilot of the U-2 spy plane shot down over Russia in 1960?
Francis Gary Powers.
You got it.
Heck yeah, I got it. These are questions you can't think through. You know the answer or you don't know.
Yeah, these are not smart questions.
No.
They're just...
You need to absolutely know the information to get these questions right.
What is the last name of the Cuban leader that Castro overthrew?
Oh, shoot. I don't know. I don't know who Castro overthrew.
Batista. What is the name of the rubber roller on a typewriter?
Rubber roller?
Rubber roller.
That's my answer.
I thought
Rubber
it would
roller.
be drum. Platen. Oh. What is the name of the largest Confederate military prison during the Civil War?
What's the name of the what?
Largest Confederate military prison during the Civil War.
Andersonville.
Well, you should just jump to the end. You're doing better here.
It's like, hey, this is stuff you know that you can't think through. You just know or don't know.
What is the last name of the author of The Agony and the Ecstasy?
I have no idea.
Stone. What is the last name of the Flash? What is the last name of Flash's girlfriend in the comic strip Flash Gordon?
I don't know. I've never even read Flash Gordon.
Arden. It was in the paper when we were kids. I remember it was not very good.
No.
But there was an old one then. Did you ever see the movie Flash Gordon?
It was totally awesome. With Queen doing the soundtrack?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had to stick his hand in the hole for something?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Flash. Ah, savior of the universe.
What is the last name of the boxer who won the boxing title from John L. Sullivan?
I'd have to go with hold on a second. I'm gonna take a stab in the dark that it was either Johnson or Lewis. I'll go with Johnson.
Corbett.
That's what I said. Corbett.
That's right. Yeah, you got it.
It's spelled Corbett, spelled Johnsson.
What was the last name of Billy the Kid?
Bonney. William H. Bonney.
Yeah. All right, we'll jump to the last 10 here. All right. What was the last name of the actor who portrayed Dr. Watson in the Sherlock Holmes series?
I have no idea. I've never seen any of those, as far as I know.
But there's a new Sherlock Holmes series.
The one with Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah.
Is there a Holmes in there?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But I don't think that's what they're talking about. There
yes,
was a television show.
There is a Holmes in the Sherlock Holmes movie.
I mean, a Watson. I meant a Watson.
Yeah, I'm guessing since this was in 1980. Bruce. Oh, see, Jude Law. He's the new one. Oh, and that's the... Wait a minute. Am I looking at this wrong?
Oh.
The 2012 corrected answer was Jude Law. That's who I was thinking of. They had to correct some of them in 2012. What is the last name of the man who was most responsible for photographing the U.S. Civil War?
This guy's famous.
Yeah, I imagine.
For his prints, and they question now whether or not he actually took a majority of the photos. They think it was actually people who worked for him that took a lot of the photos. And the name off the top of my head, I cannot remember. When you tell me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's totally him.
Brady.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the photographer for the National Geographic?
No.
That just came out. So there was a story that this lady, I think it was a lady, went to Africa to take pictures of these trees.
Okay.
Whatever, there's a specific kind of tree in Africa. And then she took it in a way to capture like the stars and stuff in the sky. Someone had asked her like, boy, these are really amazing pictures that you took. You don't see these. And she said, yeah, well, these trees are hard to get to. And to get to them at the time of year where you can see this star formation is really difficult. Well, it turns out she faked it, took a picture of the tree, and then took a picture of the Milky Way from the northern hemisphere, from someplace not near where it is. And people who take these pictures know right away that. And then you could tell like they took different chunks of the Milky Way and stuck them in places that isn't in the right
good
order.
Lord. And she got caught doing it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. But her response was, yeah, I had an intern piece my pictures together, and they just pieced them together in the wrong spot. You should contact them. So
oh my gosh, she threw somebody under the bus for
so
something that she did? That's terrible.
They contacted, I guess they tracked down this intern. And they were like, it was 15 years ago we took these pictures out. I didn't know what I was doing back then. But she should have checked it. But they were kind of angry at National Geographic, too, for not
checking it on their own.
Yeah, because I guess it's really obvious. And when you look at it, it doesn't, if you've seen a picture of the Milky Way, it doesn't quite look like, you can tell there's chunks kind of moved around. But anyways.
Okay.
What is the name of a number 2 wood in golf?
What is the name of a number 2 wood?
Yes.
In golf? I can only assume it's a fairway wood, but I mean, the number 1 wood is a driver.
Yeah.
And every other wood below that, I would consider a fairway wood. And that's just what I would call them, so I don't know.
Brassy. I thought it was called a mini driver. What is the last name of the poet who wrote the line, into each life a little rain must fall?
I have no idea.
Longfellow. Should have known that one. What was the name of Gene Autry's horse?
Gene Autry's horse?
Yeah.
Don't know.
Champion. What is the name of the town through which Lady Godiva supposedly made her famous ride? Chocolateville.
She's famous because she rode through the town naked.
Yeah, that's the picture on the front of the chocolate bar.
Yeah, but I don't know the name of the town.
Coventry. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is top 5 here.
Okay.
That's five hardest questions.
Again, with 0 people getting these right.
Yeah, let's see if you can get any of these.
Okay.
What is the last name of the first woman to swim across the English Channel? I'm going to guess Smith.
Your odds are good.
That's right.
But I don't have any idea.
Ederly? Ederly? Hey, look, the number one wrong answer. I am great at getting the number one wrong answer. All right. What is the last name of the first flyer to fly solo around the world?
Name of the first flyer
Yes.
to fly solo around the world and actually survive.
Well, you got to make it all the way around. I guess you could die on impact.
I mean,
I bet my brother-in-law knows this one.
You'd want to say that it is Lindbergh, but I don't think he did that.
Probably not, because he's probably the number one wrong answer.
I bet you he is. So I don't know.
Oh, hold on. Wrong button. Post. I like the number one wrong answer is Earhart. A-I-R.
A-I-R.
What is the last name of the man who wrote the poem "It Couldn't Be Done"?
I don't know.
Guessed.
I'm not up on my poetry.
Who was the racehorse of the year for many successive years in the 1960s?
Starts with man of fest, man of field, man of war.
That's what I was thinking. Kelso. Seabiscuit was number one wrong answer. All right. Hardest question. What is the highest mountain in South America? You might know this one.
In South America?
Yeah, come on, you can pull it. I can feel it. Anytime. You can probably tell me the top 10 highest mountains in the world.
I honestly, I cannot.
What's the highest mountain in the world?
It's obviously Everest.
What's the second highest mountain?
K2.
What's number 2, 3?
I don't know. Most of the highest peaks are in the
They're
Himalayas.
all around Everest, aren't they?
Yeah.
Like K3, I think it is.
And
then isn't the next one like K5 because they made a mistake?
Nanga Parbat is one of them. That's pretty tall. I don't know.
What's the tallest one in Alaska?
Denali.
What was it before?
McKinley.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Aconcagua.
Those are hard. The ones at the end? Well,
Yeah.
Of course, they're all also 0%. Nobody answered any of those questions right. I got a couple, but ask me the first one that was a 0.
What is the name of the largest desert on the earth?
Well, it can only be one or two. I would say the Sahara.
It's probably not that one. What's the other one?
Gobi. Oh, wait, no, that's not true. That's not true. It is Antarctica.
Antarctica.
Boom! Booyah!
So you got the first one that nobody else got right.
Yeah.
Good
It's
for
Antarctica.
you.
Yeah.
So those were the questions.
Man.
Congratulations for you getting the first non-zero.
I got a couple of the non-zeros. Not too many, though.
First zero.
The first 0 percentage?
Yeah.
One?
You did get a couple.
This is a lot of questions.
Yeah, it's 300 questions.
The horse of the year through many years in the 1960s? Who knows this? You know what? Know who knows this? Some 85-year-old who hangs out at the racetrack every day. That's who knows the answer to that question.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm guessing that person probably doesn't know Flash's girlfriend. Well, he might know Flash's girlfriend.
Because they would have seen the original
Right.
Flash. That was actually really entertaining and a
Yeah.
lot of fun. It's too bad we can't go through all of them, but if we did that, this would be a 2-hour episode, and we're not doing that.
Bonus show one day.
Yeah, as it is now, we already had technical difficulties. So
Let's hope it works.
yeah, me too.
We'll save the rest of the questions for the day we don't have a topic. We'll revisit the other ones.
Jeez. So this is episode 19. That means that our next recording session, we will have
Special
a guest on. Do we want to say who the special guest is going to be, or do you want it to be a
We
surprise?
better wait just in case something falls through.
Okay, because we already have our special guest lined up, and it's going to be, the topic is going to be fun. I think it's going to be a fun one.
Yeah.
For us, at least. Hopefully the listeners find it fun as well. So I think that's going to do it for today, Jason. Man, my brain kind of hurts right now. Too much thinking this early in the morning.
It's fun, though.
It was fun. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you left me in the dark, because I would have been thinking about this all night last night. I would have been studying up in my my brain zone. Well, I think that's going to do it. Chaos fans, thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll look forward to our next episode, episode 20, which will be a special guest, Excellente. All right.
Thank you.